which of the following results in a null hypothesis and an alternative of 0.61. So you really want to focus on that alternative, that a researcher is saying that the proportion is greater than 0.61 or greater than 61%. A study says that at least 61% of students study less than 5 hours per week. A researcher thinks that this is incorrect and wants to show that fewer. So this researcher is trying to test that it's fewer than 61%. So that's less than. That's not the one we want. Study says that more than 61% of students study less than 5 hours per week. Researchers think this is incorrect and wants to show that at least 61%. Oh, that one's tricky. Let's come back to that here. This one is saying that right now, like the status quo is that the proportion, the second one I should be specific, is greater than 0.61, okay? And the researcher is trying to test that it's at least 0.61. That's not much of a test, right? Greater than or equal to, so that's why we got to scratch out this one here. This one here is looking more promising. No, it's this one down here, okay? The third one's not correct because it says at most 61% of students, so it's either 61% or less. A researcher thinks this is incorrect and wants to show that more than, oh, actually, wait a second, maybe this is good. More than 61% of students, so H1, the proportion is greater than 0.61. That's more than 61% of students. Okay. It's really, the key is down here. A researcher thinks this is incorrect and wants to show that more than 61% of students study less than 5 hours per week. Yeah, this one's not correct because this one says less and less. Oh, wait a second. What's the difference between these two? A researcher says that less than 61% of students study less than 5 hours per week. I guess the difference between these two, the third one says the null hypothesis is that at most means P is less than or equal to 0.61. And then the alternative that the researcher is trying to test is that it's more than 61%. P is greater than 0.61. So that looks good. Let me write this other one as a hypothesis. It says that less than 61%. So this HO would be P is less than 0.61. That's what the previous study said. And the researcher is trying to test the claim that more than 61% of students. Man, those are tight. I haven't actually seen that be compared before, but I think we got to go with this one because it includes all options less than or equal to. Let's see what it says down here. Yeah. Yep, so we had to go with this one because it includes the or equal to option. Okay, that's the only reason why this other one was wrong. It's, you know, at most, less. Those almost mean the same thing, just this one says less than or equal to. So that one's definitely tricky.